They should go ahead and make me the commissioner.
You want to be commissioner?
Yeah.
What kind of kickback are you getting?
You know he's getting kickbacks.
I don't need no kickbacks.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you're uncorruptible.
I'm uncorruptible, baby. I'm
Stop
uncorruptible.
it. Okay.
When that oil money starts pouring, maybe a different
See,
story.
I don't need the oil money, but the
really?
72 virgins, I'll take that. Throw somebody under the bus. I'll take some of that to throw.
He said 72 virgins.
72 virgins?
Come on now. This guy. I feel like...
Not my man, Roger. Roger, that's my teammate. I stand by Roger.
Your team,
innocent.
Roger?
Team Roger?
He's innocent.
He's innocent?
He's
He
innocent.
didn't even look at the case and you just say... he didn't look at anything.
Hey, due process. You're in the U.S.
He's that dude that's yelling out, free my homie. Your homie has 2 murder charges on him.
Oh, I hate when someone says free somebody and they got caught for stealing. Didn't they get enough free shit already?
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. I'm Pierce Simpson. I'm joined here by Complex Sports editor, Mr. Adam Caparel. And Adam, I believe today is the first day of play-ins, or is that tomorrow?
3:40 tip on the West Coast.
How does this guy know this already? It's the play-in games.
Radford 5.5 right now.
Next to Adam Caparel is soon to be the newest guest on the Rich Eisen Show, Mr. Gilbert Arenas. Gil, how you doing, man?
What's happening, man? I'm good.
You see him?
Do your prep for this show?
No, I don't need the prep.
No prep?
No, I'm gifted.
Just gonna wing it?
I'm just winging it.
I love how he looked at me like I was his manager that let him know. He was like, wait, what? I have to be somewhere? Excuse me?
Be somewhere, what?
But, crew, we feeling good?
Yeah.
Feeling all right?
Good to go.
Well, we have to feel better than Jose Altuve felt Monday when he went to the White House, because it was pretty awkward. The AL MVP decided to go to the White House, despite some of his teammates skipping, like Carlos Correa, Ken Giles, Carlos Beltrán, even though Beltrán said his skipping the White House was not political. But the overarching theme that comes from the Astros visiting the White House and Donald Trump is Jose Altuve's face at the President of the United States. He was just trying to look right through him for a variety of reasons. Jose Altuve is Venezuelan born. Again, he's AL MVP. He said, I should be there. I'm the leader of this team, but his facial expression looked pain and looked like he'd rather be somewhere else. So my question to you guys, do you think his point was made by going to the White House and being there, but giving Donald Trump an evil eye, an evil look?
Would you like to start things off?
Huh? You said his point was
his
made?
point. Are you buying his passive aggressiveness? Or would you much rather him just not go?
I just thought that was a look of a person who is scared to get deported. I'm sorry. That just looked like the face of a man who was scared to get deported by Donald Trump. Like, did you see it? He was scared.
That's what.
Anytime the dude, like, you know when someone laughs, but you don't want to, like,
you better put some respect on Jose Altuve's name.
And as soon as the president looks at him, he just, with a straight face, because he don't want to stand out. That was that look.
Caparel, reel us back in, brother.
Yeah, so from my perspective, you want to be a leader, and, Altuve looked so uncomfortable and like a deer in headlights back there that he just did not want to be there. So if you're concerned about being a leader and other guys like Carlos Correa, who's one of the better shortstops and one of the better players on your team,
right,
and other guys that didn't go, be like them, don't go, stand up to him. The passive aggressiveness was awesome, showing that and kind of being a dick, and that nature was great, but like, you want to be a real leader, just say no to this.
What was those other names again?
Carlos Correa, Ken Giles, and Carlos Beltrán.
Two of those guys are Puerto Rican. Beltrán and Carlos Correa are proud Puerto Ricans. And obviously the deplorable way that Puerto Rico's been treated in the wake of Hurricane Maria and Trump shooting jump shots with paper towels.
Atrocious.
Like atrocious look. So, it would have been great that if one more noted MLB player had said no to this and just not participated in the dog and pony show that was Donald Trump congratulating him. Because, again, and he tried to pull in Jose Altuve for his bullshit handshake.
Yeah.
Manhandle him.
Yeah. Hey, you fucked this up. You guys are getting deported. I'm trying to tell you, that was the face. I know that face. I see it at Home Depot all the time.
Donald Trump made a joke about Jose Altuve's height. He's obviously one of the smaller players in Major League Baseball. He said, he's much taller than I thought. Of course, Jose Altuve is around 5'6", but
5'4".
5'4"?
Little guy.
Jose is a small guy, but also one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball.
Jose Altuve is going to take a direct flight to Los Angeles to fist fight this guy. He keeps disrespecting the AL.
You got to put some respect on
What's some
Jose's
respect
name.
on?
No, I'm not. He's
Altuve's
great. I'm
name.
just saying. I know that face. That face.
Do you think this move by Jose Altuve, where we see the social media reaction of him giving Donald Trump the evil look, will more athletes take this opportunity if they win a championship to visit the White House and potentially show up Donald Trump as a form of protest?
Listen, it doesn't show up Donald Trump. He don't care.
You don't care?
Like, it doesn't, like, if you're going to go to the White House to show up, you might as well just wear a fuck Donald Trump shirt on.
Right.
Like, that's going to do better than you sitting there, doing what you don't want to do, shaking hands and all. Like, what is the point? Like, either go. Like, as an athlete, I just thought it was part of the experience. I didn't even know the president had anything to do with fucking the White House. It was like, I win a championship, I go to the White House. I say, I'm going to Disneyland. I just thought that was the athlete thing. So athletes that's winning these championships not going because of the person that's there seems kind of like, how am I letting him fuck up?
But it's like Cap alluded to earlier, Donald Trump has said a variety of problematic things about a variety of countries that these players come from. He's done little to help the efforts in Puerto Rico after they had the devastating natural disaster that happened there. At a certain point, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to give him my time.
So he messes up your dream again because it's not like he's not going to remember nothing about you. But he's not going to remember nothing about you as a person or nothing. Like it's just a blimp to him.
But Gil, your integrity will eat you alive if you just say.
Look, I worked my ass off my whole career for that championship, and for me to not experience the White House because of the person who's in charge at the time, that's stupid.
Yeah, but real talk, though. You as athletes, you guys aren't really giving that much of a shit saying, like, oh, I get to go to the White House. Like, it's all about the ring and the glory of that. Like, the White House is like an add-on.
But growing up, that was part of the tradition. Why am I going to let this dickhead fuck up the tradition of what it is?
Yeah, but if you're around a bunch of assholes at a party, doesn't that ruin the party for you?
Exactly. No.
No?
No.
You make
not if I waited All-Star Weekend, I waited all year for this weekend. I'm not going to let some dickhead fuck that up for me.
You're gonna try to
so now when you win a championship, you got to see who's in office at the time. Like, oh, yeah, so in 2020, I think I'm going to win, and this is who I don't want to
But, I mean, you see it seem like the Golden State Warriors, who Donald Trump was like, I'm going to uninvite you to the White House, whatever. They went and visited the African-American Museum, brought a lot of kids from the community to that museum. They took a stand, and I applaud them for doing that.
And because they've been to the White House before, and for some of the people who didn't go to the White House, that won last year, like a JaVale McGee.
Yeah, but you had major stars on the Houston Astros refuse to go to the White House.
I get it. It's a fad. Like, Me Too is a fad to people. Depression is a fad. Going against Donald Trump is a fad right now. Everybody wants to be part of it. Like, it's like,
I don't know.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm just like, I work too hard. I work too hard not to experience. Like, when people say, I'm going to Disney World, I didn't think they were going there to see fucking Walt Disney himself.
Another problem.
Is that motherfucker still alive?
Whatever.
Like I said, I don't know if he's still alive.
He's frozen somewhere in Arizona.
But I'm saying, you go to Disney World to experience what Disney World has to offer. Same thing with the White House. Walk around and motherfuckers see the Oval Office, see where the dick got sucked. I don't know. That's what you're doing. Like, listening to what this motherfucker got to say for 20, 30 minutes is irrelevant to me.
I'm just picturing.
I'm sitting there taking pictures. I'm getting my experience.
You're making the most of it.
Yes. I don't know why I'm picturing like a Super Bowl MVP saying, I'm going to Walt Disney World to see Walt Disney.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it's like the first thing champions did. I'm going to Disney World. That was the thing. So growing up watching that, like, man, when I win the championship, I can't wait to see it. That was the phrase.
I don't know, Gil, a variety of things before we move on. One, again, you're going to have to put some respect on Jose Altuve's name. I saw him dominate the World Series.
I seen him dominate the World Series.
He's one of the best players in baseball
easily.
Right now.
That's amazing.
Easily.
That's amazing. That's amazing until that green card get pulled.
Cap, take it over.
All right.
Take it over, brother. Take it over, brother.
Bring it over to college basketball. The ref returned his back on a UNC player earlier this year will not be officiating in the NCAA tournament. So Ted Valentine, who is notorious for having his antics on TV and earning the nickname TV Teddy, says it's punishment for the incident where he turned his back on UNC's Joel Berry earlier this year. Valentine, who's officiating the Final Four last year, spoke about his exclusion, telling ESPN, quote, "This is not right. It's just not fair. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm being punished unjustly." According to Valentine, the NCAA coordinator officials told him that he was out of the tourney on Saturday and said it stemmed from the incident and a conversation he'd had with the Big Ten, the conference which Valentine's been officiating in for over 3 decades. So, guys, do we think this is fair punishment for Teddy, again, who is known for doing all kinds of stupid shit, reffing these games, turning his back, gesticulating, being over the top with his calls?
So he's a referee that has his own personality.
TV Teddy sounds like a bad R&B singer, bro.
That's his nickname.
That's a nice name.
That's kind of lit, ain't it?
That's nice.
That's kind of lit. I think it's fair. If you watch the entire video, Joel Berry, when they played Florida State, was held on the fast break. It was blatantly held on his right arm. He missed the pass, that was the outlet pass. It went out of bounds. And as he's trying to tell the official, hey, listen, I got held. Can you listen to me? He wasn't demonstrative. He wasn't disrespectful. Was TV Teddy? Literally just turns his back and just starts showing up Joel Berry in a very theatric manner. And I can't buy that. You don't do that to a student athlete, a person that's just trying to talk to you.
Wait, why do you have to throw student athlete in there? What the
fuck? Come on, guy.
If it was Draymond Green, yeah, turn your back.
It doesn't matter
if
who
it was
it is.
Rasheed Wallace, turn your back.
Joel Berry is a player, not a student athlete, okay?
So he's a player. He's a no, I'm just
he may. He's at UNC.
He's a player on the court. Like,
it was foul. It was foul. If you watch the video, it's very.
Come on, if a ref did that to you, you'd be pissed off.
I've done it. It's happened. It's happened.
Okay.
You get PTSD now? It's happened.
That's triggered.
One, as a player, you got to remember, refs are humans. Let's actually get that. They're not fucking robots.
Agreed.
They're gonna fuck up.
Yes.
I've never seen one call of a foul or out of bounds get overturned.
No.
So the fact to go even explain yourself to the ref, like he's gonna say, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. Hey, let's go the other way with it. It doesn't happen. So you go,
but you get makeup calls.
But if you're sitting here talking just like the NBA, see, NBA don't allow you to come here. They sit you with the tag. But him turning around and walking the other way, hey, that's fair to me.
But listen,
really?
I've done that. I've gotten all that before.
But if you blatantly missed a call like he did when Joel Berry got held, just have some dialogue. Say, hey, I missed that one. Don't turn your back.
I've gotten all that. I've motherfuckers walked away on me and everything. But
were you cussing them out?
Bitch ass in it. You know, you hit them with one of those. They turn around.
So Valentine said that he screwed up, but he said, I went back joking and kidding, and later apologized. It was no big deal. I've even pulled him out of a situation where he could have gotten a technical foul, talking about Joel Berry, his conversation with Joel Berry and Roy Williams. So, I mean, he's apologetic. He says that he screwed up. He acknowledges that. But I don't have a problem with him not reffing the tournament because, that's a pretty bad fuck-up.
Yeah, no, how's that a bad fuck-up? Because he missed the call?
No, because
he's going to miss calls.
The fans are not there to see you. You don't show up a player like that. Turned his back like he was
that's what I'm saying. You have that instance where he's turning his back because he don't want to listen to the player.
He turned his back and
But then when the players do it in the NBA and the ref get a tech.
We're not talking about the NBA.
But what I'm saying is, but if you give him a technical, whose fault is it then?
The player sometimes.
So if he gives him a tech, it's fair foul. It's fair.
What I'm saying is Joel Berry didn't come over demonstrative. He didn't
it don't matter.
But he didn't come over disrespect.
Don't talk to me.
But give me the same respect in return. If I don't come over,
don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. If I'm a ref, don't talk to me right now. Don't talk to me.
But don't turn your back on somebody.
Yeah, don't turn your back on somebody.
You can politely say that. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Away.
We get mad when the player's going and he just says, "Get the fuck out." You're like, I told you that.
Put yourself in Joel Berry's shoes. A ref turns around for a conversation you're trying to have with them on national TV. You're not going to get pissed off?
Yeah, I'm going to get a tech because I already know what I'm going to yell as soon as he turns
again, so he shouldn't have turned around.
I've done it 3 times already. But you turn your back and try to walk the other way, and I still got some shit to say. I'm going to keep going.
But he was definitely playing towards the crowd. I think that's the issue I had with it. It's like, don't show up a player because you want a player to show you up.
Yeah, but this is TV Teddy.
Did he get a tech? But did he get a tech?
He did not.
It was just, no.
All right, so if
he got to keep playing. That's better. That's better than getting tossed and you sitting in the locker room.
So you, the ref hater over here, when a ref fucks up the way TV Teddy did in that instance or other instance, what kind of punishment should refs be subject to?
What did he fuck up doing? Just by turning his back? So he's supposed to sit there?
He got docked games for that, for various conferences. And the NCAA tournament, he's not going to be officiating.
If a player,
he got punished.
If a player gets a technical for dunking on somebody and staring them down or doing anything like that, then
you get a technical for it.
You get a technical. So we should keep the same.
So I should get, but that's what I'm saying. He gets penalized either way. If the kid is sitting there coming at him and he texts him.
But if you're going to hold players to the same standard, like I mentioned, if you dunk on somebody and stare them down, that's a technical. If you clap in somebody's face, it's a technical. But a ref can turn around and show his back to me when I'm just trying to have a dialogue.
Okay, which one would you rather have? Him just turn his back, keep going, and you keep playing, or he gives you a tech, or kick him out for sitting there talking to him and he don't want to talk to him?
If I'm just talking to you like this, he wasn't demonstrative. He wasn't doing anything crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. You're not thinking about the human nature of it. Sometimes, at the middle of a game, refs don't want to hear that shit. They probably done heard it. The coach done cussed them out, 2 players done cussed them out, and you're that third person that came, and they just don't want to hear it.
Also, aren't these guys supposed to be kids in college, and Teddy's supposed to be the adult?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But this
student athlete.
This is sports, just like once a player when like a ref missed a call. I'm like, yo, come on, man. He's like, my bad. I was just watching the game. I forgot I was fucking reffing. And I understood that.
That's real.
Just like a parent, you're sitting there watching your kid, and they go, and you're watching, camera's still here. Same thing with ref. That's why they miss calls.
But you had that conversation, right?
Yeah.
All we're saying is,
but you got to know when to talk to a ref. You got to know.
The ref also has to know when not to turn his back.
But I'm telling you, if you're bitching at a ref and you're bitching at a ref, I'm not going to be the nigga who goes in there and starts bitching at him and he fucks me up. Nah, I'm not going to take that bullet. Nah, I'm going to wait. Hey, the play you missed about 3:05. He was holding me. What happened? And then he would talk to you at a timeout, at the free throw line. Like, you got to know when to approach these guys, because these guys are sitting here going back and forth. Somebody's yelling at him here, players bitching at him. So they're aggressive.
Would you, Steve Javie, I believe, is the one who was very theatrical. No, or was it Crawford?
Crawford.
Very theatrical, right? We'll show you up in games. Can you?
I got body slammed with the hurrah.
Yeah.
No, hurrah.
Would you be up?
No call.
Right. And he didn't say anything to you?
No. He didn't say nothing to me, but.
You got a T for that?
I got body slammed, went to go argue my point. Get out of here.
Yeah. But I bet you wish he had a conversation with you, right?
No, it was after the conversation.
So you got teed up after the conversation?
After the conversation.
What choice words did you use in that conversation?
I think it's inappropriate in today's world because of the sensitivity.
After everything you said,
after what you just said for the past 10 minutes, yeah.
How you not gonna make that call?
After everything you said in today's show,
it was just one of those.
Inappropriate,
sensitive words in today's society.
I think I have an idea of what you said, but I'll hold back.
And we might have heard it.
I think we have.
Everything we're talking, moving things along. Future NBA Hall of Famer Ray Allen is dishing on his time in Boston, how things kind of got tumultuous towards the end of his tenure. He has an upcoming book coming out that details the drama between himself and his Boston Celtics teammates. The book is titled From the Outside, My Journey Through the Life in the Game I Love, written with Michael Arkush, that comes out March 27th, and there's some juicy excerpts that have already come out. I'm going to get it right into it. The locker room is like high school sometimes, with the cliques that form and the gossip, much of it untrue, that somebody spreads. Ray Allen also continued to describe some things that KG would do once he first got there. Quote, what struck me was that he felt that he needed to be seen as being superior to me, even in something as petty as this. The petty situation he was talking about was KG reportedly tried to show up Allen by taking the bill and telling the waitress he was a better tipper. Next up, we all remember the viral clip when Ray Allen went to Miami. He played Boston for the first time, went down to the bench to try to shake hands with some of his former teammates. I believe Paul Pierce was the only person that shook his hand. KG definitely gave him the cold shoulder. In response to that, Allen said KG would quarrel with his grandmother if she signed with another team, but he does pay the big ticket a compliment, saying, if I had to choose only to play with one guy, it would be Kevin Garnett. No one else comes close. What do we think about these early quotes from his book? Are we buying it, Gilbert Arenas? Because it gets juicy, and I have some more quotes to get to.
I'm just saying, is this whole book is about just this tincture and?
I don't think so.
No, it's about the journey through basketball. Yeah.
What's the title? From the Outside: My Journey Through Life and the Game I Love.
Yeah.
I mean, what was your question?
Are we buying their excerpts? What do we think so far with his relationship with KG?
With KG, Ray Allen played there 5 years. What?
Okay.
Okay, that's not enough to get to know somebody.
That's a lifetime for some players.
It's 5 years. Of course, he's going to have stories. I mean, that's what playing in the NBA.
I'm surprised you would be very tame on this subject.
Yeah, I thought that you'd have more to kind of. Maybe we'll get it out of you.
Maybe we'll get
quickly.
to it here soon.
I'm not surprised to hear about KG being that much of a competitor. And that quote about, him trying to body up his grandmother, I think is appropriate because he comes off as the ultimate warrior when it comes to, just competing with guys and wanting to get one up on them no matter what. The trash talking, all the other shit that he would pull in his days. So that sounds like quintessential KG.
Okay, I'm going to call bullshit on the tip one.
Okay.
I'm going to take the bill because I'm a better tipper.
Yeah.
Was she cute or not?
That's what you read between the lines?
Were they both trying to holler at her and he decided he wanted to pull the big ticket card? That's what that sounds like. But nobody's
also KG made more money than Ray Allen.
So. Yeah, but no one's saying I would take the bill because I'm a better tipper. Just grab it and.
Also, just could be
ball
busting, maybe.
I want to see how cute she was. That's all.
That's you.
That's the theory.
Now, where the excerpts get very, very juicy, and
this is the best part.
This
so
is
go
the
ahead.
best part because Rajon Rondo has been known to be prickly to a variety of different teammates and organizations. As a Mavericks fan, I definitely remember his tenure in Dallas. But Ray Allen said his feud with Rondo stems from Allen. Well, Rondo thought that Allen was blaming him when Ainge shopped them together to Phoenix in 2009 for Amari Stoudemire. Obviously, that trade did not go through. And in a 2010-2011 team meeting, Rondo allegedly told teammates, "I carried all of you to the championship in 2008," which is just funny to think about. And also, according to Allen, in this book, a proposed deal for Rajon Rondo and CP3 fell through because Doc Rivers didn't want to send a player with a bad attitude to New Orleans for Coach Monty Williams, who Doc Rivers mentored in Orlando. First up, Rondo saying that he carried the Celtics to a championship in 2008.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
Are you out of your mind?
Carried them to a championship?
And he was on a team with 3 future Hall of Famers, and Rajon Rondo, who has no jump shot, carried them to a championship.
This hat is cutting off his blood circulation to his brain.
See, I don't think y'all was paying attention to that team back then.
I definitely remember that team back then.
So you remember all the trash talking that was going towards Rondo.
Yes.
How horrible he was before the season started. Is he the point guard that can lead this team to the championship? We need to get another point guard in here. Mm-hmm. Y'all don't remember none of that.
I definitely remember all that.
How they were bashing the fuck out of that kid.
Yeah, because
a 2-year kid.
Yes, I remember the questions about him. Yes.
It was a 3 stars, and then he was like exiled out. And he was just part of the team because
exiled seems excessive.
They couldn't find anybody at that moment, and that's why they brought in Sam Cassell and all. So when he does win the championship, from all the shit y'all said, yes, I carried you, motherfucker.
Oh, stop it!
I did my job. 10-5.
Stop it!
Why do you think he has so much anger towards them? Because of that point, you didn't respect me then.
Or
we won a championship. They got hurt the following year. Then he became Rondo with Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose in that first round championship, and they were going. Now it's like, oh, Rondo. Nah. Don't fuck with me now. You wasn't fucking with me then. Don't fuck with me now. And that's the stance he has.
That's where I will give Rondo credit. That's when he really blossomed. Is that very next year when KG was out. And if there was a championship that he was close to carrying Boston in, it was the 2010 series when they took the Lakers to 7 games and lost in Game 7.
Who was the Finals MVP that year in 2008?
Paul Pierce. Should have been Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce.
But he faked the injury.
But who were the 3 better players?
But I'm saying you're talking about
Rondo?
a second-year player doing what no one thought he was going to do.
And yes, he performed above what people expected.
Okay.
The idea that he carried the Celtics to a championship.
That is carrying.
Come on.
He was where you put him in the radar was carry. I carried these motherfuckers. 10-5. You guys didn't think I can do it. You guys had so much doubts about me. You probably didn't even talk to me the whole season.
At that point in time.
You guys probably all big boyed me the whole season.
In 2008.
And I'm sure they did.
So if you talk to KG right now and you asked him, did Rondo carry you guys?
He'll say hell no.
Hell no. Of course he's going to say hell no.
Yeah, because he did.
If you ask Doc Rivers, he'll say
well,
exactly.
y'all thinking carry like he averaged 20 and 10.
That's what carry implies.
No. Carrying, like, you're trying to trade the fuck out of me any chance you get. You're trying to bring in players because you think I'm not old enough to do this job and I'm not skilled enough to do the job. But we won a championship. Not because of them 3, but because all 5 of us. And because you guys pointed me out as the weakest link and we won a championship, yes, as a point guard, I did my fucking job and I carried us to that championship.
Now Ray mentioned earlier, the first excerpt that I talked about, he mentioned NBA locker rooms being a lot like high school. This drama that's circulating now that we're talking about seems a lot like high school. Obviously, you play in the league. Are locker rooms like high school?
High school is like high school.
So
college is like high school. The office place is like high school.
Everywhere you go is going to be like high school.
It's who you get along with and who you're going to hang out with, who you're going to take your shots with, who you're going to go to dinner with, who you're going to the club with. That's the locker room.
Right. Do you think Allen's beef with Rondo, there was always this speculation that Rondo would never get Ray the ball in the spots that he liked or give him the ball in the offense? Do you think this stems from just on-court
That's what I said. It's you got to ask somebody who was watching that first year. Rondo's anger towards them Boston players came from his very first year and experience with 3. So you got to remember, the media only talked about those 3. So imagine if you didn't pass the ball to Ray Allen. You already know what he was going to say to Rondo. You already know what KG would say to Rondo. You already, like, these guys were big boying that fucking roster. Big Baby, you got Big Baby crying on the sideline. They were big boying this roster. Anybody who was beneath them, they were big boying them. So once these kids got older, it's like, oh, fuck you guys.
So there was a lot. You about to say something?
No, I'm just saying it's like, but if you're young guys and you're teaming up with 3 future Hall of Famers, why wouldn't you fall in line and just follow their lead?
But you are following their lead. But
then why are you talking big about that in your second year and saying that I'm carrying this team?
He didn't say it in second year.
And also, your definition of carrying a team is very different than what I think a lot of people's definition
Exactly.
is. I mean, so when did that happen?
Because by your definition, you might as well say Michael Ruffin was carrying the Wizards back.
No, I mean, no.
Well, I'm just,
like the Dallas championship.
Yes. Yeah.
Who carried that team?
Dirk.
In the championship?
Yes.
The entire year.
Yes.
No. See, that's the problem. Barrera and Jason Terry carried that championship. They were the reason they won that championship.
They're a big reason.
They're the biggest reason.
They
came in and changed that. Dirk is going to do what Dirk does. Those two carried that load in the second half.
So let's say, like, let's describe them as like X factors rather than saying they carried the team.
But if you got 2 players coming off averaging 17 to 20 points, 30 points a game, they're carrying that roster.
Well, by your definition, that's like you saying.
But I'm just saying, like, you got to understand where Rondo's coming from. I understand where he's coming from because we're playing against him, so I see how they're big boying him. So you see it. So once he became Rondo, now y'all want to take me in as a team. Like, no, I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you guys.
So it's
y'all stay the fuck over there. Y'all keep sucking each other off. I'm good over here.
But Rondo, we know, is a very surly individual, and as evidenced by the 9,000 teams he's been on.
But you got to remember, it started from his second year. Like, you got to remember, you get tortured your second year, you're not the same person.
Yeah.
You're just standoffish now.
Or just not built for it.
You just standoffish. You just become standoffish.
So this 08 Celtics run, I would say from 08 to 2012, there's a lot of nostalgia that fans have. Who do you think is responsible for the breakup and things getting so rocky as it is now?
Mother Nature? These motherfuckers is old. Like, Jesus Christ. They won the championship on the back end of their career. You got Paul Pierce at 30, Ray Allen 33, Kevin Garnett was 34. What the fuck are them motherfuckers going to do after that?
Yeah.
Like, that was their year. that was it. That was their year to win it. Other than that, age was going to get them.
Cap, what you thinking?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different factors. I think age is probably the biggest, number one. But, ego obviously seeped into this way too much from Ray Allen perspective, Rajon Rondo perspective. I'm sure Doc Rivers in the front office. So there's a number of different factors. I don't think you can succinctly point to one and say, this is the reason why, but I'd probably agree with you that age and just, the lifespan of an NBA superstar caught up to them.
It's not like you're looking at a LeBron at 33. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about Ray Allen's career there as a superstar.
Was Ray the oldest one of that group, too?
No,
I think so, right?
Yeah. No, Kevin Garnett was.
Yeah, Garnett came in 95.
Yeah, he was 90. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, you got the oldest. I mean, you got Ray Allen, who's a superstar on the team, averaging 16 points a game in his tenure there.
Yeah, but his role changed on that team, obviously.
But I'm just saying, this is his old, but I'm just saying, if he's a main factor and he's averaging 16, he's your, he's your third option, second option.
But Chris Bosh was your third option with the Heat in the Big Three, and he took a backseat.
But your number one option is a super stud.
Your number one option for the Celtics was a stud too.
Who?
KG's not a stud?
KG averaged 0.2 points a game in the last 3 minutes, so he was never a go-to guy. He was a third option in the fourth quarter.
So, all right, so you want to call Paul Pierce?
Why do you think he never got out of the first round until he got Sam Cassell, who's a game?
You need superstars to advance in the league.
But I'm just saying, Sam Cassell wasn't a superstar.
He
was just a finisher at the end of the game.
There are 2 aberrations pretty much of the protocol that you need superstars next to you to get places. That was LeBron when he took that shitty Cavs team against the Spurs to the NBA Finals. Yeah. And basically Dirk, although Dirk had a Hall of Famer with him on the side, albeit one that didn't play late in the fourth quarter, and Jason Kidd.
But you need finisher. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Kevin Garnett, he's a great first, third quarter guy. The last 3 or 4 minutes, he wasn't that guy. He's not going to hit those big buckets. He's going to pass it out. He was a passer. He was a great passer. And it showed in the fourth quarter. And when he got with the Celtics and you got Paul Pierce, who's a late gamer, you got Ray Allen, it kind of it kind of helped them all together. But when I say superstar, none of those guys were dominant by themselves at that point in their career.
I'll give you that, yeah.
I give you 2 reasons for the demise of the Boston Celtics, and it involves the same player. Kendrick Perkins tearing his ACL in Game 7 in 2010 NBA Finals. They very well could have won their second championship in 3 years. And then him being traded to Oklahoma City, I think it just disrupted the glue of that team and the continuity when they got Jeff Green in return. Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, a ton of players have listed Kendrick Perkins as their favorite teammate, so I think that might have been.
Good point. You held that laugh in for as long as possible.
It was funny.
You might as well just say, hey, Gabe Pruitt is the reason they didn't win no more.
Hey, maybe it could be.
Says the guy coming from the guy that says Rondo in 2008 carried the Celtics.
Gabe Pruitt and Eddie House was the reason that the Boston.
That might be your definition of why
Eddie House can get buckets. Okay? Eddie House can get buckets.
Eddie House.
All right, we can talk about the Celtics all day long, pretty much.
Kendrick Perkins. All right.
Listen.
They were old, dude.
Listen, and forgive me. Towards ACL Game 6, out for Game 7.
They were old, man. They was old as shit. That's all.
But listen, they were in the series. Took the Lakers to 7 games.
They were old. It was like
they
were old, like they were old.
A quarter away from two finals, two championships,
and they were old. That's why they didn't win. That was just it. Just
when Gilbert has a hat on, he's a different boy. He's different bunch of man.
Just a bunch of grandpas out there.
Hey, I'm with it.
Bunch of grandpas.
Yeah, it's alter ego Gil right here.
All right, keeping it moving. 2 players are clapping back at their contract critics. We're going to get into that in fair or foul. All right. In separate incidents, Evan Turner and Richard Sherman stood up to criticism of their recent deals. First, we'll start with Evan Turner. In a recent NBA Sports Northwest story, the Blazers reserve, who's on a 4-year, $70 million deal, cursed out a home fan who's been heckling him all season and shot back at people who say he's overpaid, saying, quote, "Everything I've done, I have earned. My contract, that's my bread, and I earn my bread. So, kiss my ass. Dead serious. Write that. I earned that fucking money." And then for the Richard Sherman angle, on Monday, Browns Pro Bowl lineman Joe Thomas replied to a Boston Globe article about Richard Sherman's missteps in negotiating his own deal with the 49ers, and he tweeted out, quote, You really feel bad for Richard Sherman, but this is clearly a case of ego getting in the way of his pocketbook. He got absolutely crushed on this contract while working as his own agent. Sherman, of course, clapped back at him, saying that, quote, "It's actually a case of believing in who I am as a player while also coming off a major injury. But I appreciate your input." So good on Richard Sherman for clapping back at him. So, guys, fair or foul for players? Again, I'll throw it to our resident former player right here to clap back at guys bitching about your contract.
As he leans back.
I don't believe there's a such thing as overpaid.
Okay.
I really don't believe that because, okay, the contract you're getting is off the work you've done, not the work you're going to do, the work you've done. So if someone's going to pay them, 4 years, $70 million is for what they've done already. They think that's what they're worth and the potential of going forward. But at the end of the day, there's no such thing as overpaid when it comes to, we can all ask for a raise. If you get it, they think you're worth it. If you don't, you're not. And I hate pocket watching.
Talk about it, man.
Don't watch my fucking pockets. Watch yours. Like, let me do my you do your job over there. And I just hate when other players pocket watch, like, because you didn't get what I got. That's, hey, talk to your boss.
So you're calling fair on clapping back at these guys?
Fair to clap back, yes. Yeah.
Fair to clap back, foul, like you said, the pocket watch. The game's so different now. Stop pocket watching. Like, for Joe Thomas to go out there and talk about another guy's contract and saying that essentially he got fleeced, just stay out his business. Just leave it alone. Like, especially if you're still playing in the league. Just leave it alone. Stop pocket watching. Yeah. Have you ever had teammates that were jealous of the contract that you got and maybe felt that they should have been paid on par as you?
Probably.
I can tell by the look of your face. You don't care.
Probably, but, I'm averaging 29, so.
No, but remember we had...
Fall in line.
When we had Austin Rivers in here, last November, he talked about how, NBA players, just like regular Joes like you and I, talk about how this guy's overpaid, this guy's underpaid, this guy's getting way too much. So, like, that kind of sniping goes back and forth in the NBA.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because you're looking at players you think you're better than, and, like, everyone's in their own situation. Everyone's, have different bosses. So, you don't know what someone's doing behind the scenes to get that extra $10 million I get over you. Like, everyone thinks about what I've done on a court is what I'm getting paid for. Not that, oh, yeah, I ran with my owner, right. A mile every day or once a week and went up every day saying, hey, how you doing, Mr. Poland? Hey, you need anything for me to do? You need me to relay anything to the staff? Like, building that relationship is what gets you the extra money. And players don't look at it. They just look at, oh, I averaged 25, I got 10 million, he averaged 20, he got 30. Why? Well, because the guy who's writing him the check actually likes him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is it fair or foul for the public to know how much you guys are actually making?
I don't really. It goes either way with me. I don't really care. If the public knows or the public, but the public got to understand this. The person who's paying me is worth a shitload more than I am. Yeah. So talk to him. You know what I mean? It's just like when they have lockouts and they're saying these players are overpaid. Well, so you guys are on the billionaire side. So you guys are with the billionaires, not the millionaires. And that's the thing I don't understand, that how this gets twisted and everyone goes at the athlete, but not realizing who's paying these motherfuckers for real.
Yeah, I see Gilbert's point 100%. You can see both sides of it. If you're in a salary cap driven sport, I think it is fair for the public to know how much you make, because that directly influences how competitive your team is and how it goes to salary cap. If there is no salary cap, you don't have to disclose it, because that's a situation between team and player. But back to Evan Turner and him griping at the fan needs to be mad at the NBA PA, because they didn't smooth out the cap. They just decided to let the cap
Evan
jump.
Turner, yeah, Evan
he
Turner,
got paid in 2016.
Circumstance. He became a free agent at the right time, capitalized on the circumstances.
You said the fans should be mad at the who?
NBA PA. If he getting 4 years, $70 million, because
the fans should be mad he bought a ticket to go see him. That's what the fans should be mad about. You already know who he was, so you sitting there talking that shit all year long. Means you're a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
And most likely you're going to have tickets next year also. That's what fans do.
Are the Blazers starting to get very, very rowdy as a fan base, or have they always been? Because KD got a fan ejected courtside, blew him a kiss as he got ejected out, and now Evan Turner's cussing out another fan.
The Blazers always had great fans.
Yeah.
They've had great fans, but it's one of those small market teams that you don't really see on TV a lot, so you wouldn't know.
Listen, Evan Turner's getting that bag. Maximize your earning potential. And
the cool thing about Evan too, he's unabashed about it. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm making this much money. I earn this money. So if you have a problem with me, tough shit, deal with it.
But that's
get that dough, get it.
When a shoe comes out, let's say the Yeezys, right?
Yeah.
In a store, they're worth $250.
Right.
Online, they're worth how much?
Depends on which one, but just say for the sake of argument, $1,000.
$1,000. Why? Because you two are negotiating and trying to outbid each other. That's the same thing that happens in the NBA. Yeah. A billionaire trying to take that piece off the board.
Exactly.
And that's why players consider getting overpaid. But what I'm supposed to say, nah. I don't want the 1,000. Give me the 250.
But you as an athlete know that you're always going to be judged on your salary no matter what. And that doesn't piss you off, doesn't frustrate you at all.
I mean, does it piss off anybody that
it's only two sports.
Bill Gates makes, $1 billion a year?
But it's only two sports that we care about how much a player makes. Basketball, football. Baseball, a guy can make $30 million a year. We don't say anything.
Well, no. People gripe and bitch about the guys who are making a shit ton of money in baseball.
Who? I'm pretty sure Albert Pujols is still getting paid astronomical.
He is, and you know how much people gripe about that awful contract?
But that's what I'm saying.
Miguel Cabrera's awful contract.
Yeah.
Giancarlo Stanton's going to be, he can opt out in a few years, but the amount of money he's due is going to be shit.
He's the only one. And he's going to your
Don't let me get started right now, okay? When you want to talk baseball, we'll talk baseball right now.
But I'm just saying, you're not realizing the owners, the guys who had this, when you play Monopoly.
Yeah.
And you just bought some shit you didn't want to buy. Like you overpaid, and that's what they do. They don't care. When the owners start actually caring, they'll stop overpaying. But they don't care. They don't care. This is just a write-off, a business for them, and they're just saying, all right, $100 million to you. Hey, what you need? $250 to you. This and this and this. Hey, someone get my coffee.
So you want to see the hecklers go after the owners?
Go after the owners. They're the ones who's making these deals. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, hey, Dolan, let me see this. Yeah, I'm worth $250. Yeah. Sign it.
Yeah, but
nobody's doing that to
you know what happened to the last two guys that heckled James Dolan?
Got kicked.
They got thrown in jail. So.
Yeah, one of them was
so good luck with that. Yeah, exactly. One of them was a legend.
That wraps up the latest edition of Out of Bounds for Adam Caparel, Gilbert Arenas. I'm Pierce Simpson. Again, you can check out Gilbert Arenas today on the Rich Eisen Show. You excited?
Yeah.
Okay.
He needs to overpay me. I need to be overpaid.
We'll see tomorrow.
You're expecting a bag?
I need a bag. No.
Wait, did I just?
Hey, how much does Skip Bayless make? Anybody know?
Probably like
$5
million, $5-6 million.
I need 7. Just so they can say I'm overpaid at my job.
So you want to
be... Good problem to have.
Yeah, it's a great problem. But it's like...
I'd rather be overpaid than underpaid.
Would you rather be
overpaid
or overrated?
I don't want to be underpaid.
Would you rather be overpaid or overrated?
Say again?
Would you rather be overpaid or... Was it overpaid or underrated?
It's underpaid or overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Overrated gets you the bag.
Get you the bag. Get you
Overrated.
You don't want respect?
Huh?
You don't want respect?
Respect the bag.
I can buy respect.
I know. I want to be Alonzo Ball. Shit, I can buy respect.
I want to
be Alonzo Ball, baby, making videos.
Yeah, I can buy respect.